And we're going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Based EDH podcast, your source for No Cringe Commander. I'm here to tell you, it is a year later, our production quality is still shit. So we're going back to the Architect page, and if you don't like that, well then, I guess you can just go subscribe to some other channel that will tell you to abort your children. But we won't tell you that because we love God and we love unborn children here at the Based EDH podcast. My name is Tyler.
Tyler, don't you know that magic is full of strong women?
Yeah, it's so strong, they can just reach in and yank that fetus out, man, and just give it right to Moloch.
Tyler, it is your boy, Dakota. We currently sitting here on the couch, cuddling.
Yes, also our cat has decided to join. Not our cat, we're not gay. But my cat.
Hold on, we're going to put the cat on the mic real quick.
I can't even hear myself think. Yo, we got a really I probably shouldn't have clapped that close to the mic. Fuck. I'm going to have to fix that.
Well, hang on now. I got to do it too.
No, don't. The cat's gone now. Anyways. This is a deck tech that I have been wanting to bring you for like 3 months. When did Capenna come out?
Like 3 months.
Was it like 3 months?
It was April.
When Capenna came out, I built a Zytora deck. Of course, now the clock's going to go off. Y'all are going to know what time it is. It's 8 o'clock over here. 101 degrees and mostly sunny. You know what I'm saying?
This is such a clusterfuck, and we are 30 seconds in.
Oh, fuck. we better get to the deck tech. So, anyways, we hope y'all are doing really well out there. I'm really sorry that we haven't been able to bring you deck techs at the speed that we wanted to. To be perfectly honest, Dakota got really effing busy for a while there, and he's been through a lot of crap. We won't get into it.
I lost an election.
Yeah, he did lose an election to some whore, and we will leave it at that. And I have been on a tractor for 12 hours a day since, like, February basically started. And let me tell you, it was hot. And it didn't help that I smoked, like, 3 full-size cigars while I was out there as well. I might have a problem. Anyways, Dakota, what's your favorite movie?
Oh, man. I think I gotta go with the B movie.
Yo! Okay, let me just hold on. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go make a B movie themed deck, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Yeah, we're not doing the B movie deck. Not today, anyway.
Dead ass? For real, for real?
I mean, hey.
No cap? Favorite movie?
Yeah.
Goodfellas.
Is it actually Goodfellas?
It is good.
I know you watch a lot of movies, my guy.
Is that a Goodfellas reference, Tyler?
Not that, but you know what I'm saying. You love Goodfellas.
I love Goodfellas.
And as such, Dakota is effectively a weeaboo for the mafia culture of the gangsters and the Al Capone and the yeah.
This is really a response video.
The Gabagool.
This is a response video to Ristic Studies' newest video. Nah, Godfathers are somebody to hold up on a pedestal.
All I'm saying is Chicago was doing better when Al Capone had a hold of it. Was it Chicago or was it some other shit
Would
city?
you say Al Capone, he's a good kid?
He's a good kid.
He's a good kid.
Hey, God, gabagool. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Hey,
I'm walking here.
Fuck out of here. But it was Chicago,
We would
right?
Boston with that.
Did
yes.
I? I'm sorry.
No, we both did.
But whatever shit city it is.
It was Chicago.
It is now worse off than when Al Capone was there. I know that much. And, anyways, I thought New Capenna was a really cool effing set just because of the artwork. I loved the theme. I loved a lot of the card design they played around with. The commander decks were super fun.
Henzy's unironically one of my favorite decks now, and I haven't even changed it.
And I build deck techs for the show. I don't put a deck in paper very often. And I built Zytora, which I have named Zytora Burning Hot. And let me tell you, it burns pretty fucking hot sometimes.
Yeah.
When you Molten Steel Dragon and pay that Phyrexian mana to take yourself down to 1 life, only to throw that dragon with another dragon at your wife. And not a bad dragon.
That's my wife.
We don't use those around here. Anyways.
I have 13 bad dragon dogs.
All I'm trying to say is Wizards, good job on this. Maybe tone it down on... converting kids to homosexuality with your card game that's rated PG-13. But other than that, that was a really cool fucking set. Now, what does that have to do with this deck tech, Dakota?
What does it have to do with this deck tech, Tyler?
Has absolutely fucking nothing, and now we're going to start the deck tech. Anyways, this is a deck tech that I have decided to name Artist Block. and it is all about art. And if you love Magic the Gathering, not only do you love strong women, but you love art. And let me get you the gist of what I wanted to do with this deck. So, Anhelo the Painter. He gives me major JonTron vibes. You know, he's just... Well, we're coming. Hold on, I'm going to find that. Hold on. We have the power. Hold the microphone, my guy.
Oh, shit.
Hold on to that bush light and hold on to this microphone for me. Hold on.
We are...
Is this legal on YouTube? It feels illegal.
We have 34 subscribers. Shout out to the 34 subscribers we gained in a year.
Yeah,
we're shooting for 35 by the end of this year. 35.
We got to get one more subscriber this year. Maybe it'll be like one of our parents or something. What's that, JonTron? We're just a couple of guys. You know what I'm saying? No, you're not gonna. Fucking hell.
Yeah, type it out, bitch.
I am a slow ass typer for as much as I use my computer.
This guy hunt and pecks a little bit.
I hunt and peck. But I don't be pecking and hunting, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Hey, you know what? This is the vibe I get.
Hey, come on, it's just a couple of us guys. Just a couple of guys around here. Nothing weird, nothing strange going on. Just want to talk to you. Come on.
So, anyways.
Congrats. We are now reviewing all of JonTron's videos.
Yeah, this is a JonTron podcast from now on. Anyways. Anhelo the Painter gives me major JonTron, hey, we're just a couple of guys vibes. And I was like, you know, I know that there's always a really good piece of artwork on a Magic card, but what if I actually focused the deck around artwork itself as the theme? And who better to helm the deck than Anhelo the Painter? Let me introduce you to our commander. If you want to pay a blue, a black, and a red, or as the hipster Zoomers call it Maestros, we used to call it Grixis back in the day, you get a 1/3 death-touching vampire assassin commander, and I'm like, okay, that's whatever. But the first instant and sorcery spell, or sorcery, you cast has Casualty 2. Dakota, would you like to explain in easier terms what Casualty does?
As an additional cost, if you sacrifice a creature with power 2, you copy the spell.
So it's a lot like Exploit for those of you who played in Dragons of Tarkir block. But you have to meet the requirement of a big enough creature. So there's a couple ways you can do that sort of thing, and it's a lot of cool value on a fucking vampire, my guy. And also, look at his artwork. Can we get a better view of this guy? Come on, give me a... Yeah, that's good enough. Every work of art is a hit. Genius flavor text. I love the background of the paint colors and the knife and the smile, the fucking presence. The big dick energy coming off of this guy is almost too much to handle. My wife better get back from her trip quick, otherwise I'm gonna fucking be painting the house too. You know what I'm saying?
Otherwise, I'm gonna put on the maid costume.
How do you know about my maid costume?
I bought it for you.
Oh shit! You're the secret admirer. Anyways, let's talk about the stuff we have in this deck. Now, if you want a more powerful Anhelo the Painter, then you're gonna have to probably search through YouTube and go find some other neckbeard that will teach you, hey, here's how you optimally build the Anhelo the Painter. Actually has, you're basically just going to wombo combo and you'll have to kill them on turn 4. I don't even know if you can go competitive. But that's not the way we built this shit. This deck is focused on artwork, and I want to take you through it, piece by piece. It is not necessarily a powerful deck, but I'll be damned if it isn't a flavorful deck. And if you haven't already noticed, we do have a couple of uncards in here. And if you don't like that, first of all, you can go fuck yourself. Second of all, sub them out for something else. A cool piece of artwork on a Magic card that you like.
Like the Gitrog monster.
Like the Git... You can't put Gitrog in this deck.
If we can put unset cards in here,
you know
we can
what?
fucking throw a Gitrog
Just for
in
that
there.
player, put the Gitrog in the deck. Teamer Battle Rage, you can actually put it in this one. So, they might not be like painting artworks, but almost everything in this deck is focused around artwork in some shape or form, whether that be through dance, poetry, sculptory. I don't know if that's how you say that. Then paintings, then music, all sorts of fun stuff. So let's talk about Cauldron Dance. For 4 black red, you get
instant card.
Yeah, can you, my guy? Listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna need you to read some of this fucking shit.
I'm trying to find a way to get in. I can read it.
I'm sorry. Did I need to shut the fuck up a little bit?
No, you're good.
Here, I'm gonna sip this sweet tea, and you just take it away.
So Cauldron Dance is a card that says you can only cast it during combat. And you return target creature
Refreshing.
from your graveyard to the
Okay,
battlefield.
that's enough. And you can return to... I'm fucking with you. Keep going, my guy.
That creature gains haste. Return it to your hand at the beginning of your end step. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. That creature gains haste. Its controller sacrifices it at the beginning of the next end step. It's like, you got a cool creature in your graveyard?
Cool,
You got
bring
a
it
not
out.
so cool creature in your hand? Trade them.
Well, the thing is, for one little moment, you get two things onto the battlefield that shouldn't have been there. And it's really cool. It does have the restriction of you cast it during combat. But with Anhelo as our commander, you're probably going to put some things in the graveyard.
Maybe like an Artisan of Kozilek.
Yeah, maybe.
You'd want
Which
to
is
have
a
that
flip
bitch
one.
with haste.
He do be painting, though. He do be praising his savior Kozilek. Let's talk about... Okay, hold on. You know what I actually want to talk about? Architect. When I highlight this thing, I can't see its CMC. So I'm going to have to like go back and forth and then tell the people.
Or just know what your card does.
I guess so, but I mean, I'm not paying $200 to build this thing. You're going to have to be you're going to have a much longer cock than mine to actually build this deck, because I don't have the balls to do it.
There's multiple ways to build a deck. And a theme deck is one of the most underutilized aspects, but it's extremely based.
It is extremely based. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I've ever built a proper theme deck before.
I haven't either.
Have I built anything proper? I did want to do Chair Tribal at one point. I thought that would be kind of lit.
Yeah, but that's pretty, like...
Because Egon God of Death, his other half is the Throne of Death or whatever. I was like,
like-
cool, you're going to have a chair in the command zone? Fuck yeah.
The chair deck is so used. That's an
Is
old
it?
idea.
Have people done that a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, there goes my creativity. What if somebody did this already?
I don't have a clever, funny response to that.
My guy, you need to stop drinking before we do this show. Give me that. I'm finishing that Bush Light. Okay, determined iteration.
Bush Light's hard to find in the state that we live.
Which now you know starts with an I. Narrow it down, fuckers. A red and 1. You get an enchantment with a really cool artwork of a lady sculpting something.
That's
At
a
the
lady?
beginning, I'm assuming from the curvature of the breasts, that's a lady.
Dude, I never looked at the lady's tits, man. I always just thought that was a dude.
Listen, I've never seen a woman's face in my life. I only know women by how big their breasts are.
You literally mentioned your wife earlier.
Yeah, but I've never seen her face.
She does have that big of titties. Some real honker.
Some real honga bongas. That's going to be the next deck idea. I got this idea for a deck. It involves, Dakota, we're 3 cards in. We should probably get going. Okay. Shut the fuck up. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you populate. The token created this way has haste. Sack it at the beginning of I'm gonna fuck your little boy pussy here really quick. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So it's kind of like a flame shadow conjuring that you just get.
We talked about cunning at our last episode. Now
Which
we're talking about boy
I
pussy.
finally learned what that means.
We're bringing up the bussy.
I am sorry. I will not be saying cunny anymore after that time right there. Because I did not know that it has to do with lolies, and I do not fuck with that shit.
But Tower, she's actually 300 years old.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Get back on Reddit. Be gone, Spectre, away.
This is why we can't wait 3 months to do another episode.
Fuck. Let's keep going. Extravagant replication. Do you have your contacts in?
Yeah.
Okay, can you read that shit?
Yeah.
All right, hit me.
Actually, one of the more fun cards came out in his commander deck. I just
Deadass.
played it last time we played.
Dead ass.
4 blue enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token. Create a token that's a copy of another target non-land permanent you control.
Hell yeah.
The shitty thing is, man, I want to make copies of this bitch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are ways to do that. Not necessarily in this deck, but, I mean, it's a steep cost mana-wise. Great effect if you can get it out. Let's talk about Galvanic Iteration. This is one of the more questionable cards as far as artwork. I just am a big fan of the artwork itself on the actual card.
An iteration is a form of art. I fuck with it.
I guess so, but it's mostly in here because I thought the artwork looked really fucking cool, and it's in our colors. When you cast your next instant or sorcery this turn, you copy the spell, you can choose a new target for the copy, and you can even flash it back if you want to later.
Which is really cool, because that's still casting the card.
Yes.
So even if you flash back, you can still casualty on top of it.
Yep, you can cap somebody and get her through. Giralf's Masterpiece for 3 blue.
What's funny is this card doesn't really remind me of like artwork, but it's got a masterpiece.
He is a masterpiece, and you know what? Artwork, it comes in all shapes and forms.
Oh, this is not the card I thought it was. This
is just
5 mana 7/7 flyer who gets -1/-1 for each card in your hand.
Geralf's masterpiece is just a lesbian dance recital. Keep going. Hence the horror and the type line.
Oh, put this in your Captain Dude deck.
Nagath-Rod?
Yeah. 3 in blue, discard 3 cards, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
So if he sucks the first time you bring him out, then the next time you bring him out, he'll suck less. God Pharaoh's statue, a cool piece of art that has been sculpted for our savior Nicol Bolas, who I had to remind myself why was in this fucking deck.
We figured out why.
I figured it out. We'll get to it when we get to it. Just a pretty decent card in general. Kind of stacksies for my taste. But spells your opponent's cast cost 2 more to cast. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses 1 life.
That card is sneaky good.
Yeah, it actually really is.
Watching videos of like people playing it and even having it played against me a couple times, that extra 2 is enough that it'll take you like 2 turns to recover off of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, real quick, I'm like paranoid that we're not recording. Are we recording still? Yeah, it says we're still recording. Cool. Continue.
We are professionals.
Yeah, we are. Karn's Temporal Sundering. Now, this is one of the more powerful cards that you could copy with your casualty effect. And it is in here because it is like 8 pieces of artwork in one, and I love it. It's a legendary sorcery, which hopefully we're going to have our effing commander out to do this shit with. But it's target player takes an extra turn. Return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, blah, blah, blah. Exile Karn's Temporal Sundering. But just because you exile it doesn't mean you can't copy it before it bounces out of existence.
Yes.
So, okay, we're going to get to one of our 2 uncards. This is Persecute Artist. You ever seen this?
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
This is pretty great.
1 black. Choose an artist other than Rebecca Gay.
Yep.
Target player reveals his or her hand and discards all non-land cards by the chosen artist. Name another artist besides Rebecca Gua.
Seth McKinnon.
Okay, I said
Noah Bradley.
I set the bar a little bit low on that. Do you know Treese Nielsen?
I don't know about him, but what about him?
Well, she's an iconic magic artist.
Oh, she is? Okay.
Yeah. She is really based.
Is she really based?
Yeah, she like really hates black people.
Dakota, we like black people now.
We like black people.
We do like black people now. We like black people.
But no, she's worse than Noah Bradley.
We saw Elvis, so we have to like black people now.
That's true. You ain't nothing but a hand.
What? My ass slap my nuts. Okay, Saheeli's Artistry. You can see why it's in the deck.
It's got art in the name, Tyler.
Wow, it's almost like I'm good at what I fucking do. 4 blue. Choose one or both. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact. Create a token that's a copy of target creature, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Now, the cool thing is, it doesn't say yours. So if somebody has a Blightsteel, congratulations. You just paid 6 to get a Blightsteel. And you can do a lot of cool shit with that. Also, it's a sorcery, so if you want to get more, potentially if you sacrifice a creature to casualty this thing, you can get 4 token copies of something. Really powerful effect, even though it fits our theme.
What's funny, with Sculpting Steel, you can also get a copy of a Blightsteel Colossus.
That's true.
At a better rate. 3 mana, any artifact on the battlefield you want, congrats.
Do you want a sword of cock and balls on your side of the battlefield? Great. Just pay 3 for it and pay 99 cents instead of the $40 that your opponent did, because they can go fuck themselves. Do you want a fucking Darksteel Citadel or whatever? What's that? Not Darksteel. Why the fuck would you want that? Darksteel Forge. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, Darksteel. I almost did it again.
Or what you can do is just take one of those like reminder cards and just draw a little dude on it and write Blightsteel Colossus on it, and congratulations, you have a Blightsteel Colossus.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Fuck giving wizards money, but also, I don't know, man. I just suck at making proxies. So, all right. So let's we've looked at some of the art pieces in the deck. Let's look at some of the actual artists in the deck who are doing things. Oh, I gotta flip this back to the front side. So here's Alluring Suitor. Not that powerful, but he does meet our requirement to sacrifice for casualty 2. And he also has some upside. Whenever you attack with exactly 2 creatures, transform it. And when it flips over, he becomes the Deadly Dancer. A 3/3 with trample, and when it transforms, you get red. Until the end of the turn, you don't lose it. And you can also pay red to fire breathe you and one other creature. So,
that's
kind of
flavorful because it takes 2 to tango.
Wow, Dakota, you did so good. Artisan of Kozilek. Besides just being a big motherfucker, it's also an artist. In its own way.
Yeah.
He also goes to the lesbian dancers. Oh, fuck. That's why it has Annihilator.
Oh, fun little piece of recursion. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield when you cast it. Also has Annihilator 2. Give it haste. Slap its nuts. Send it on its way.
Yeah, it'll always, like, in the late game, it's nice to just have a big bad boy to drop on the battlefield and fuck shit up. So, it's pretty cool. And he's 25 cents. Blood Artist. I wonder why this could possibly be in here. The cool thing is not only does he fit the theme, but he also synergizes with the boss. Because now you're going to turn all of those casualty triggers into, you know what, let me gain a little bit more life. Because, you know, you need a little bit more life to enjoy all that artwork you're going to congregate at your house. And then fuck your opponents. Because they don't have artwork and they're not cultured. They can go fuck themselves. So would you
call Blood Artist also a painter?
Is that a joke or something, or are you just being retarded?
I was going to set it up to explain this historical significance behind what it means to be a painter in reference to being a mobster.
Oh. Would you like to enlighten us?
It means you kill people.
Oh, you paint houses?
Yeah. If somebody asks you what you do and you say, oh, I paint houses, that's code for, yeah, I whack people.
That's a hitman.
And not whack off people, because that's an entirely different thing.
Yeah, that's some different artist. That's Nasiri Dean of Expression. Or at least I do, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep moving down the line. Hit this guy right here.
A Freet Flame Painter for 3 and a red.
Yeah, we gotta just dick around a little bit and see the fucking thing.
It is a 1/4 with double strike. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you can cast target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. And then the normal flashback exile if you do bullshit.
Yep. Elemental Expressionist. Apart from turning online your Keranos God of Storms, it is a 4/4 orc wizard with Magecraft. So if you cast or copy, which is pertinent because you are copying with Anhelo, then an instant or sorcery, then you choose target creature you control until the end of the turn. If it would leave the battlefield, it gets exiled off to the motherfucking Shadow Realm, and instead you get a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token, which is really cool because now you're casualtying with your commander, and then you get to rip a new body out.
Based.
So, really cool shit, and also great name for the theme, great artwork for the theme. Let's keep going. Errant.
Street Artist.
Yes.
Who I can't read that one.
I know, dude. I think it's
one
fucking
blue.
hate that.
I think it's
hate
one
that
blue.
Shit.
One blue.
How do I turn that off?
I don't know.
Do I just have to go through and like click each of these every time now?
You don't have to.
Cool. Errant Street Artist.
I think if you go back though real quick.
Okay.
We're gonna test something. Highlight her again, and then highlight that arrow.
This right here?
No, the arrow.
What arrow? This right here?
Yeah, that takes it away. No, don't click on it.
Oh,
just highlight it.
The arrow takes it away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bam!
Well, okay, we got there.
One blue. For a 0/3, it does not meet the requirement, but she do have flash and defender for some reason. But you can pay a 1 and a blue to copy target spell that you control that wasn't cast. You may choose new targets for the copy. What's interesting about that, Tyler?
Well, not only does it fit the theme, but with your commander, you're not making a copy. You're making a second copy. So you're pretty much always going to have a way for Errant to trigger.
Yep. So you're just saying you cast an instant or sorcery spell. Did you casualty it? Congrats. Pay 2 more. Get it again.
Yep. Cool shit. Fairy Artisans. They fit the theme. They are 4 total mana for a 2/2 flying creature. So that means you can casualty it. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's an artifact addition to the types. Then exile all tokens created with Fairy Artisans. So it just is constantly switching what you're getting.
And probably one of the more expensive cards in the deck. At only $12.
Yo! Holy shit. That thing is expensive. Dude, cut it. Teamer Battle Raid. Fell into the third path. He's an artist as well.
He doesn't say it in his name. You have to know his backstory. It's kind of sad. But for 1 red, you get a 2/3.
Yep. 2/3.
With 2 and a red, tap, create a token that's a copy of target creature in your graveyard.
Yep.
Except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Gains haste, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step.
So,
you know what he says?
He says, get something back that you casualtied.
Yeah. He says, pay 3, be able to copy a spell.
Yeah.
And it's repeatable. which is a little bit above rate, but it's repeatable.
But we do have it, and worst comes to worse, you might have an Artisan of Kozilek in the graveyard. You'll have something in the graveyard to rip with Felden. Fireblade Artist. Love this guy. Love the artwork. He's a little too snarly for my tastes. But, can I get this artwork, please? Thank you. Damn. You pay Rakdos, you get a 2/2 with haste. The beginning of your upkeep, you can sack a creature. When you do, this thing is going to deal 2 damage to target opponent or walker. So, if you need to chip away at a walker, that's fine. If you have nothing better to fucking do, I guess it's fine. But for the most part, this guy's a body that fits the theme that our commander can crack and then do something cool with later.
Give him Infect.
I guess. Yeah, you're on a 5-turn clock, motherfuckers. Better move quick. Now, Jadar, Ghoul Caller of Nephalia. If you hop on the EDH rec page for Anhelo, you're going to see this guy as one of the high synergy cards. Because he is going to, if you don't have any creatures with Decayed, get you a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. Which means you're always at least going to have one body to clap with Anhelo to get a card. Now, he's not necessarily an artist or anything, but I think this art style is still pretty cool. It might be a little snarly and slimy for my taste, but you gotta respect the artist's ability. Let's
doesn't fit the
I can't even
shit deck.
Shit deck. Who's our DZO? More like DZ
DZ
nuts. Got him. So DZO, congratulations. Really cool fucking artwork. If you don't build the theme deck, slap a Jadar in Anhelo. He is an amazing addition, and I'm pretty sure the other artwork goes for under the $2 Card Kingdom has it for. Kalane, Recursive Painter. Do you know why it was here? Because it fits the color identity and nothing else.
And he's a painter.
Yes. Yo, is this a dude?
I don't know.
Do you see titties?
I think it's...
That looks like a girl to me.
I think it's an it.
Well, since it's in fucking Magic, it might be. Yeah,
Anyways,
you know, we have the imminent vampire and werewolf menace, but I feel like the more important thing for me to be doing is to let you all know of my gender. And I'm going to paint it for you. And no, that's not paint in the red on the fucking artwork. It's something else.
For Rakdos, you get a 1/2, pardon me.
Yeah, so it can't really trigger on hell.
Right. But when he enters the battlefield, you do get a treasure token.
Ooh, we're ramping.
And other creatures you control enter the battlefield with an additional +1 counter on it for each mana from a treasure spent to cast them. It does not synergize with the deck at all, but it says
But I
painter
tell
on
you
the
what,
deck.
it sure does fucking say painter. Kind of like Moonmark Painter. You pay 4, you get a 2/3 human. Shaman also. Doesn't fucking matter. Don't care. Undergrowth. Who cares? When Moonmark Painter enters the battlefield, target creature gains menace and gets +X, +O till the end of the turn, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So that can be relevant to get some fucking shit in. But for the most part, this is a fucking painter and it can help trigger Anhelo. Orcish Blood Painter is another shitty one, Dakota. It's only 3, tap it, sack a creature, it deals 1 damage to a target creature or player.
Not bad.
I don't know if that has been errated to any target. If that has been, slightly better. But it does say painter in it, so it goes in the deck. Now we're talking about some real artists here. I don't know if this was in the 99 of Anhelo.
It is. It's
but
the
it should be if it's not.
sub-commander.
Oh, is it? It's the sub to Anhelo's Dom. Yeah. Can you read that behind the... So we're sitting with the laptop, and I've got a microphone on the laptop, and like Dakota's trying to read past it. So go ahead, man. Give it a good luck. I'm going to sip this fucking sweet tea.
Parnis the Settlebrush for 2 and a Grixis, or 2 and a Maestros now.
More like Paranese nuts. Continue.
It is a 4/4 based. Whenever a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell unless that player pays 4 life.
Means it has ward
Sorry.
4 life effectively.
Yes. Which they introduced ward as a keyword and then just don't use it. Whenever you copy a spell, up to 1 target opponent may also copy that spell. They may choose a new target for that copy. Sorry, it's very hard to read that. It's very small text.
It is very small text, but it synergizes with the commander a lot because you just get more and more copies. And if you really wanted to, you can slap out Anhelo and put Parnis as the commander if you ever felt like getting froggy one of these days. But for the most part, I feel like Anhelo's the better commander in this particular situation. Rionia, Fire Dancer. You pay 3. You pay red, you get a human. At the beginning of your combat, on your turn, you get X tokens that are copies of another target creature you control. where X is 1 plus the number of instants and sorceries you've cast this turn, which, if you're lucky, you could have be a lot, because I believe you cast the copies, don't you?
No.
With Anhelo?
No. The copy just goes on the stack.
You may choose new targets for the copy. Okay, it doesn't say you cast. So, maybe be kind of a non-bow, but it is a dancer, it is artwork, and she is cool as hell. Then those tokens are going to go ahead and gain haste. You exile them at the beginning of the end step. So, I guess worst case scenario, flavor win, plus you can make at least one body and clap that body with Anhelo. So, all right, we're almost through the artist section. And then from there, I think the rest of the deck text is going to go pretty quick. Dakota, what's your opinion on Rutha? Tell me what you think about Rutha.
She's hot.
Okay, what else do you think about Rutha?
Well, she casts for 3 mana. Two of those being Is It.
Oh, okay. Do you have anything else to say about this, or do you just not even know this existed?
I didn't really know it existed till now.
Okay, I will take the reins on this.
I do it. She's a 1/4.
She
pay
sure is.
to return her to pay to return her to its owner hand. Copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You can choose new targets for the copy. Pay 5 mana. Copy.
Yeah, pay 5 is kind of a steep rate. But here's the thing: is honestly, when you're paying 2 mana after you've cast Rutha to copy, like, I don't know, what sort of big shit could you have in this deck? She's really good if you like
Karn's Temporal Sundering.
Yeah.
Just pay 2 extra, take an extra turn.
Saheeli's Artistry. In a deck that tries more hard, that goes really well with something like, I don't know, fucking Torment of Hailfire.
Ooh, that doesn't say you control, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It does say you control.
Yeah, instant or sorcery spell you control.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I can target somebody else's Torment of Hellfire. I'm saying that's like, if somebody wanted to build on Hello and they wanted to slap that in here, good addition to the deck because you're copying shit. And that's what Rutha... I feel like Rutha is slightly underrated. I know it's a lot to cast, but to always have a copy effect in the command zone, I feel like that's really fucking powerful. So... And apparently we can't use Ludri the Spell Chaser, which is fucking horseshit. Spell Rune Painter. You pay 2, you pay a red. Not that great, but if you cast an instant or sorcery spell, then this thing is going to get +1 until the end of the turn, and then it can flip.
Just give it prowess.
I know. Why don't they just keyword prowess? But then it flips over and it has better prowess. So,
double prowess.
It's a cool card. It's a really cool art style if you're into that sort of thing. I wasn't that crazy about these artworks, but it does say Painter in the name, which means it goes in the deck. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, Tyler, where's the Painter's Servant? Painter's Servant is like, what, $80?
Just get a Mind Crank too, or Mind Stone.
Yeah, just a Grindstone, I think is what it is.
Infinite combo.
Woo, yeah, wow. I sure love playing Magic.
What you should do is you should put a Levwar in this deck.
Oh yeah, good idea.
And then a Jace.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see how that could be a really fun play environment of just fucking, oh wow, I just win. I don't fucking get that shit, my guy. I don't fucking get, like, you show up to play this social ass game and then you decide to, and I'm not trying to put anybody on blast in particular because I know a lot of people have fun lab manning out, but it's all like,
I literally have a wild man deck.
Yeah, I know, but but I mean,
Kate
that's
has
its
4.
thing. Kate has all of Kate's deck for lab man decks. I'm putting Kate on blast hard right now. But it's like, damn. At that point, why don't we just sit around in a circle, flip the coin, and see who wins the fucking game, and then stop and go play fucking Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart or some shit?
Because I don't like Smash Bros.
I know. You don't like... Yeah, you like to play the exact same fucking game over and over, and then pay for it once every new year. Guess what game that is, chat?
I don't know.
I just channeled a fucking douchey Twitch streamer. Like, that spirit came over me for a moment. Torrent
I haven't
Sculptor.
bought a Call of Duty in 2 years. Thank you very much.
Have you actually not?
Yeah, the last one I bought was Modern Warfare.
No, that's pretty fucking based, actually. That's cool. That's cool. You know what you need to play instead? Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Yeah. I'll read this one because it looks like it's stuck behind the mic for you.
Yeah, I can't. You're gonna take the rest of these, man.
Oh,
I'm
all
keep
of these?
I'm gonna keep it 100.
You want me to hand you the fucking laptop, my guy?
No, that's too much.
Well, what
if I know what
you gotta
they do,
you gotta do something.
I
here.
will provide color commentary.
Okay, just stop me when you feel like it. Okay.
Okay.
I'll take the
hang on, Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Torrent Sculptor. For 4 total mana, you get a Ward 2 Merfolk.
Put that shit on that card, though.
Yep, for some reason. When Torrent Sculptor enters the battlefield, exile an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. You're going to have one there. Put a number of +1 counters on this motherfucker equal to half that card's mana value, rounded up. So, I mean, it's not that great, but I tell you what, it sure is a body.
To what? It sure is 8 cents.
It sure is a sculptor. And if you flip it over, Flamethrower Sonata. Both sides are a cool card in this deck, which you might even use this one more than the other side. But for 1 in a red, you can discard a card, draw a card. Cool. And when you discard an instant or sorcery with this way, this thing's going to deal damage to that card's mana value to target creature or walker you don't control. So, worst case scenario, this is a little bit of card selection, and you can copy that shit, and you can throw a fucking spell at somebody's motherfucker. Cool shit. Wake Dancer. Yo, if I can get my fucking mouse on that shit, you pay 3 mana. Human Shaman. It's got Morbid on it for all of you Zoomers. That's an effect that came out back in original Innistrad. I think it was original. When Wake Dancer enters the battlefield, if a creature died this turn, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token on the battlefield. So what's really cool about this, you pay 3 mana, you're going to have 2 opportunities to sack creatures and get shit with Anhelo. I think that's fucking cool. And it's a dancer. Zephi, Thunder Conductor, or Thunder Collector, depending on who you are and if you got fired at Wizards or not. Yeah. We won't fire you for putting propaganda into our fucking game, but we sure as fuck. You better not misspell the fucking card name, my guy. This was the face commander for the Is It colored deck. I can't remember the thing. Prismari. Marn My Nuts. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, you scry one. The spell's mana value is 5 or greater. You get a 4/4 elemental. Its value is 10 or greater. This motherfucker is going to deal 10 damage to an opponent chosen at random.
I don't think we have a single 10 mana spell in here.
What is Artisan and Kozilek?
Technically,
it's 9.
Technically, Stroke of Genius might count.
Yeah, it's possible, but
Put 7 to that bitch.
He's in here because he's a musician. I think that's pretty fucking cool. All right, so we've gone through the cool ass artists. Let's speed through the rest of this shit because we won't keep you forever. Now, the draw section. We're gonna go to our other. Have you ever read this? It's our other uncard. Artful Looter. You pay 2 and a blue. Tap. You draw a card and then discard a card. Now, whenever a permanent comes into play that shares an artist with another permanent you control, you untap Artful Looter. I have not checked to see if we match any of these motherfuckers.
Well, we have to at least match a couple because we have them from the same sets.
There's got to be at least a couple in there. So it's just a fun game to play. It's just card draw that might get you more than one a turn. Well, card selection.
And if people want to be assholes about it, man, go buy a Merfolk Looter then. Does the same thing. It's like, why do you care?
If people are going to be assholes about your artwork...
your art-themed
your
deck.
art-themed deck. Yeah.
Not even matching art theme. Matching art. Just art
It's just
themed
art. In any way, shape, or form that you can think of. It's art. It's singing. It's dancing. It's sculpting. It's blah, blah, blah. If they're going to get mad about your shitty Artful Looter, then you might be in the wrong playgroup.
Then just ask them when's the last time they've seen their penis, because it's been a while.
Yep.
And then find a different place to play.
What you actually do is you get on your phone, you look up a picture of a human vagina, and you're going to show it to them, and you're going to ask, do you know what this is? And they're going to say no.
That's a human vagina.
And then you're going to go get some Taco Bell, and you're going to think about that later, because that's a real interaction you could possibly have.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's keep moving. Ashiok's Forerunner. Tyler, why the fuck is this in here? Because Ashiok's Sculptor of Fears is in the deck, and Ashiok's Forerunner goes and finds the motherfucker. So, 4, 5 mana, you get a 3/3 with Flash. Enters, you go find Ashiok's Sculptor of Fears, slap that shit into your hand, and shuffle.
That's rare for some reason.
Because it's just printed like that in one of those shitty pre-constructed Planeswalker decks, but he does have Sculptor in the name. He does have Sculptor in the name. Cool. Rest in Piss fucking Planeswalker decks. You won't be missed. Pay 6 mana. You get an Ashiok. +2, you draw a card. Everybody mills 2 cards. You -5. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. A graveyard. That's really fucking cool. So the next turn that you go through with Ashiok, you're reanimating something. Not the best rate, but still pretty cool. -11. You're not going to get there, but I mean, hey, good luck for trying. Gain control of all creatures target opponent controls.
Based?
So you're not getting there. Don't even, just forget it exists. Chandra, Fire Artisan. One of the cooler Chandras, in my opinion, because it's one of the ones out of War of the Spark.
Who does have an alternate art.
Does she have an alternate art?
Yeah.
Anime Chandra. I forgot about Anime Chandra. Yeah, but I don't speak weeb.
For 2 red, you get a 4 mana Planeswalker.
Well, I'm
She +1 to exile the top card of your library. You can play it this turn. You can -7 her to exile the top 7 cards of your library. You can play them this turn. She also has just the static ability that if loyalty is removed from her, you can deal that much damage to, is it any target?
It's target opponent or walker.
That's less good, but what it does mean is, okay, you're going to attack my Chandra. Well, I'm going to hurt you a little bit for doing it.
It's nice to just have a little bit on the way out. So, and it's like, if somebody has to make the decision of, oh, am I going to hit the player or am I going to go after their walker? Well, there's downside if I hit the walker, but there's no downside if I hit the player, is what they're kind of usually going to think.
And the thing about Chandra, that one, she's really not that good.
But she does say artisan.
She just lets you draw an extra card a turn. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the thing is, if you do -7 her, you still have to pay for her cards.
Yes. And the cool thing is, if you -7 her, then you're going to deal 7 damage to something. It doesn't matter.
7 damage to a player.
It doesn't matter if your opponent takes it off or if you take it off. So, cool shit. Drawn from Dreams. One of my favorite draw spells, period. It's just beautiful artwork, and it gets the job done, so it goes in the deck. You pay 4. Look at the top 7 cards of your library, slap 2 of them into your hand, the rest go on the bottom. You got a lot to look at with 7 cards.
I think it is a very underrated spell, especially if you're a budget player.
Yep. For budget decks, do not sleep on Drawn from Dreams. Now,
do sleep on Expressive Iteration.
Because it's a little expensive. It was $10 for a while there.
Yeah, I have a foil one too. I should have sold it.
Yeah, well, you pay it's sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. 1 goes to your hand. 1 goes on the bottom of your library. 1 goes into exile. You can play the exiled one this turn. Really, really cool design space they played in. Combining both the... thank you, Asus Live Update. I don't need that shit. I am literally recording a show right now. Damn,
son.
Really cool design space they played in. And not bad artwork to boot. Expressive Iteration. Speaking of more artwork-themed shit. Glimmer of Genius. I'd like to think of it as, you're getting past your artist block, and you're finally getting to where you can actually start in on your artwork.
You have found the light bulb. Pay 4, scry 2, draw 2, and then congrats. You also have 2 energy to keep track of for the rest of the game that you will never utilize.
Well, if you want to, here's your chance to pull out one of the uncards, slap an Ether Hub in here, and just have it be...
There you go.
A one-time... any mana of 1 color untapped, and then maybe you get more later. Inspiration. Not a good draw spell. You pay 4, target player draws 2 cards. It isn't instant speed.
That's not good at all.
It's not good, but I mean, Inspiration, man. I feel like that's
flavorful. That's what you do when you make a deck like this. You're willing to sacrifice a little bit of power for the coolness of saying all the people at your playgroup go, wow, that's a cool idea.
Mm-hmm. And it becomes a lot better when you start cracking motherfuckers to cast it. Especially if you can do it at the end of somebody's turn before you start and then have gas. So.
The other thing is that, like, you don't... When you look at each card individually, they're like, oh, Inspiration's not that good of a card. But when you just open this EDH or this Architect page, and you just see all these things, it's so cool. Mm-hmm. You don't give a shit about power level. You're just like, wow,
fuck the power level.
That is a great fucking deck. Good job.
Thank you.
Wait 3 months and put it on the channel.
If I can get my fucking hick ass off the tractor. Maestro's Charm. More of a flavor win. I really wanted to include more of these Art Deco cards in here, but I couldn't. They just didn't really fit. I feel like this one was the one that I made a concession for and slapped in. So you pay blue, black, red. You get an instant. Then you get to choose one of these 3 effects, but you can also copy the spell. Now, riddle me this. If I cast this and I copy with Anhelo, I'm choosing the spell, and then I get to choose the copy or the effect off of each copy, right?
No.
So if I pick the first option, I have to pick the first option for all of my effects?
Yes.
Is that really how that works?
Yes.
I'm glad we asked about that because I wasn't sure. Anyway, still a good card. You can look at the top 5 cards of your library, slap one of them into your hand, the rest in the graveyard. Putting them in the graveyard is not irrelevant. Each opponent loses 3 life, you gain 3 life. You copy that a couple of times, boom, you're taking out like... You can easily take out like 12 life if you copy that.
Oh, yeah.
Maestro's Charm can also deal 5 damage to a creature or a walker. So, cool shit.
Copy it, deals 10, which I think I had to do the first time I played on Anhelo, as I had to casualty it to kill a creature.
Mentor's Guidance is in here because I want to put my face between Casmina's titties while the owl watches. But secondarily, she's in here because, every great artist had a mentor at some point. Well, man, I don't know if that's fucking true or not. Who gives a fuck? But it's always nice to have people that you can rely on when you're working on your artwork to go over your shoulder and go, this is really good, but I think you could improve in this way. So I thought it was a cool opportunity to slap it in the deck. Now, when you cast the spell, you copy it. If you control a walker, a cleric, a druid, a shaman, a warlock, or a wizard. Which is kind of, I guess it was from Strixhaven, so they were doing the whole, magic shit. Well, it doesn't really synergize with your commander, but you've got some other dudes in here that it will synergize with. You get to scry one and then draw a card. But the cool thing is you can take that thing, copy it a couple times, it becomes a lot better. I could see it as an easy cut in the deck. Anhelo the Painter Artist. She deserves a deck tech in her own right, not just for having big old titties, but also for being a fairly unique commander, and it gives you an excuse to run Stuffy Doll.
Or the better one, Brash Taunter.
Brash Taunter is better.
Red blue, 1/1. You can pay X red blue and tap her to deal X damage to target creature. That's creature's controller draws X cards.
Worst case scenario, this thing says, hey, there's a problem over there. Pay the price and remove it. Unfortunately, they're going to draw cards. But this also says, oh, well, I need something. At the worst case, you can pay this, tap it, target Nin with her own ability, and then draw a shit ton of cards.
Or just do X equals to 2 every turn of the table and pay 4 to draw 2 cards. We're already
That's
doing
true.
it as an instant.
Torture on Anhelo. I mean, if you're having 4 around, if you have 3 or 4 mana lying around and you haven't used Nin, great opportunity to just cash in a little bit of value. Painful truth. Sometimes an artist needs to be told that their work is shit.
And Tyler loves this card.
I do love this card because it is a very good rate of mana and a very good rate of card draw. You pay 3, you draw 3, you lose 3 if you play your cards right.
It has the fancy converge where X equals the amount of colors you spend on this spell.
And basically, if you've got to crack it for 2, then crack it for 2. But if ideally, just wait till you can do it for 3. It's so much better. Stroke of Genius.
I'll be stroking my dick. There is lotion on my dick.
Are you quoting a meme?
Yeah. I've been seeing it on iFunny. It's a Joe Biden quote.
Oh my God, lotion on my dick right now. I'm still stroking my dick.
Yeah.
I'm horny. That one? Are you that one? Okay, we got there. Anyways, get on iFunny and leave Twitter. Go to iFunny unless
get radicalized.
Yeah. If you want to see a dead body at 3 a.m., just hop and collect it, motherfucker.
If you want to hear some of the shittiest takes on anything and everything, iFunny.
That's Twitter, my guy.
No, they're just all shitty takes.
You're right. Anyways, if you want, you can instant this thing. Target player draws X cards. It can be relevant in the later game. This card gets way fucking better because sometimes you will just have 8 mana lying around, and if you can slap all of that shit in a Stroke of Genius, that says draw 5 cards. And if you're lucky, you'll have your commander on standby with a poor motherfucker who's going to copy that shit.
And you will copy the X. So if you put 5 into it and you casualty it, you'll draw 5 additional cards.
Great. Siphon Mind. Now, Siphon Mind doesn't really have anything to do with art, but it is a fantastic draw spell, and I love its artwork. I love the contrast of the neon green energy with the black border of this card.
It fits in the deck. I got to think of the word, though. It's not forgery. It's when you steal somebody's idea.
Plagiarism.
Plagiarism, babe. That's plagiarism.
Yeah, there you go. We got there. Went all the way. The cool thing about this is each other player is going to discard a card. So the more players you play with, the better this card gets. So odds are this thing's going to say, pay 4, all opponents discard a card, you draw 3 cards.
That is effectively a 3-for-1 that's giving you 3 additional cards.
And even if they're just tossing a land away with this,
still that's one less resource they have.
In the later game, then you've got more value than them. Don't underestimate it. Theater of Horrors. I mean, we got to have a place to show off our artwork, right? You pay 1, you pay black, you pay red, you get an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you exile the top card of your library. Now, during your turn, if you had an opponent lose life, then you can play lands and cast spells from Among Us cards exiled with Theater of Horrors. I vented.
Get out of my head.
3 and a red. This thing's going to deal 1 damage to target opponent or walker. So, worst comes to worst, it's got a way to trigger its own ability. And odds are, you're going to find a way to get through. Sometimes you're just going to send Anhelo through. because he's a 1/3 with Death Touch. And people are like, oh, fuck, I can take the 1. I'll take the 1 from fucking Anhelo, yeah. And then you get to use your impulse effect off Theater of the Horse.
20 turns later, you got command damage. Yeah, that's a card. I'm not going to read that card tower. That's on you.
Dean of Expression is the side that I preferred. But if you go to the other side, there's also Uvilda, Dean of Perfection. Let me go ahead and read Uvilda first. Now, she is a 3 mana... She's a 3 mana Djinn wizard. I love the Djinns. They're really cool. Now, you can tap her. And then you can tap her, and you can exile an instant or sorcery card from your hand and put 3 hone counters on it. It gains at the beginning of your upkeep. Counters. The counters. Now, at the beginning of your upkeep, if this card is exiled, remove a hone counter from it. When the last hone counter is removed from it, then you can cast it. It costs 4 less to cast this way.
That sounds like shitty or suspend.
It's suspend that gets cheaper later because you pay nothing to suspend it except for your time it takes for you to tap Uvilda to do it, and then you get to copy.
I'm trying to tap Uvilda as often as I can.
You know what I'm saying? It is kind of shitty suspend. I actually prefer Nasari, Dean of Expression. Now, she does cost more, but for 5 mana, you get a 4/4. At the beginning of your upkeep, you exile the top card of each opponent's library. It's like an Atali trigger, but you don't have to go to combat. Until the end of turn, you can cast spells from Among Us cards exiled this way, and you can spend mana as though it were any color to cast it. Now, if you do that, put a +1/+1 counter on Nasari, Dean of Expression. So, nice. She's really cool. I wouldn't hate to see just like a mono red deck built by herself.
Yeah.
I feel like that's really fun.
Yeah.
But anyways, those are the draw sections. Now, the lands, not much to talk about here. We got the command tower. I decided to go through and find some of my favorite artworks, and I picked the John Avon Double Masters lands. We also have a Maestro's Theater because it fits the theme. A Memorial to Genius because it fits the theme. A lovely mountain. Whoa, I can't get a hold of the slippery bastard. A lovely mountain made by John Avon. A lovely swamp made by John Avon. And a thespian stage, because why not? And sometimes that shit's gonna be good because you can tap it, turn it into a motherfucking, I don't know, Cabal Coffers. Because odds are, if you're seeing a Cabal Coffers, somebody's putting an Urborg, which, hey, you might as well pay to get that effect as well. Or, hey, I don't know, turn it into somebody's, what's the name of that Kraken? That big-ass motherfucking Kraken?
Thing in the ice?
No, you pay 4 for it, and it's a land.
Erixmathes.
Erixmathes, that's what. Yeah, turn your thespian stage into an Erixmathes, except for yours won't have counters, and then it just wakes up.
Point of view: you have an Erixmathes deck, and your opponent casts the 1 mana 6/6 flying lifelinker.
I tell you what, for as much as I shit on Dakota, Dakota's got one that I'll never recover from. I built an Erixmathes deck a long time ago. Like when he first came out, I was like, "Oh, fuck everything else! I want to build this dude," and I did build this dude, and it was a really fun deck. Because he's just big boy. And so what's funner than that? Now, the thing is, mine was a little slow going. So slow going that Dakota had a...
I don't remember what the card's name is.
Was it Elish Norn?
It's my Elish Norn deck.
It was your Elish Norn deck. And you used a Sarah Ascendant.
It's Sarah Ascendant, that's the word.
Which, if you don't know what Sarah Ascendant does... Yeah, turn 1 Sarah Ascendant. It's, you pay 1 white, you get a 1/1 flying monk. If you have 40 or more life, then it has +5/+5, right?
And a lifelink.
And lifelink?
Yeah.
Fuck, no wonder it fucked my day right up. Anyways, Dakota did nothing but attack me with that. And here, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 turns later, I was fucking dead. I took apart a Erixmathes.
One of my more prouder Magic moments.
It was fucking hilarious. Let's go through the ramp section. I'm going to go upwards to see if it helps me with my shakiness. Visage of Bolus. It's a cool piece of artwork dedicated to their god. And that is the reason why Nicol Bolas the Deceiver is in here. He is in here for no other reason than I had to put Visage of Bolus in the deck.
And we had a God Pharaoh statue.
We have a God Pharaoh statue?
Yeah, we literally went over this.
Did I miss it?
We
I forgot about the God Pharaoh statue.
That's what made us the brain click that why do we have Nicol Bolas in?
Yes. Okay, so when it enters, you can search for that bullish from bullish. You can search for that bullshit from your graveyard or your library. Slap that shit in your hand. It's also a mana dork for your colors, which for 4 mana, not so great.
Would you say bullish might be one of your favorite curse words?
Oh, bullish.
Or maybe bollocks?
Bullocks. My favorite curse words is bullock, shit, and fuck. Ah! Anyways, Talisman of Indulgence. We do need some ramp. The talismans are really cool little pieces of artwork. Little jewels.
We have every talisman that fits in our colors in this deck.
Yes, we do. We have the talisman of blue and black, and also the talisman of green and of blue and red.
Is it Rakdos and
Something.
Demir?
Stormkiln Artist.
Goes cuckoo in this deck.
Love this guy because you're copying spells and casting the spells, and he is going to reward you with treasure each time you do it. He's called Stormkiln Artist for a reason. If you want to storm with him, odds are you're gonna be able to, or at least on your next turn, you're gonna clap cheeks with all the mana you've got.
And he's an artist. It was fit for this. It was made for this deck.
Opaline Unicorn. Now it's not that great of a card, but it goes in the deck, and I'll explain why. Well, you're probably thinking, "Oh, Tyler, look at this stupid fucking thing. It's a 1/2. I can't even sacrifice it to Anhelo." Well, it is a mana dork for any color. It's slow, but I put it in here for its flavor text. Porphyros once loved Nylea, the god of the hunt. His passion inspired him. His passion inspired his most astounding works of art. So this thing was literally made as a love letter to another god, and I think that that's really cool. I think it's really cool. Elemental Masterpiece. That fits the theme and the name really well. A great target for some copy effects because, I tell you what, if you're going to pay 7, you might as well get every cent you can out of this thing. Pay 7. Get 2 4/4 red and blue elemental motherfuckers. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can always pay 2, discard this thing, and get a treasure token. It basically has pay 2, cycling, get a treasure. So it is a little bit of ramp. Now, keep in mind, if you cycle this thing, you cannot copy that with Anhelo. Well, it's not cycling. I know it's not cycling, but it's also not casting. It's just a discard effect from your hand. So you can't copy that with Anhelo, unfortunately. Now, for some other ramp, we have a Dreamscape Artist, which fits the theme. And it's also a very underplayed card, I think, because it is ramp in blue.
I have wanted to find a place for this card for so long.
It goes in your Tasker the Golden Fang.
Yes.
That's where it goes, because I put it in there when I built that deck for you for your best man present.
Yes.
For any of you who don't know, when I got married, Dakota was my best man, and instead of getting them watches or some shit, I built my groomsman commander decks.
Ian, subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, Ian, you son of a bitch. I'm going to kick your ass when I see you, little fucker. And I love him still. I still love him, though. Okay, let's crank it out. The last section of the deck. You want to hit some of these, my guy?
You're just going to have to read Dreamscape Artist on your own. Resculpt. Okay. 1 in a blue.
Oh, did we not dream resculpt? Oh, yeah, shit. Pay 3, tap, discard a card, sack a land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield. They are not tapped. Shuffle your library, have a nice day. Boom, resculpt.
Fucking great card. 1 in a blue, exile target artifact creature. Its controller creates a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token. 4/4 is a pretty big boy, but if they have a Aetherflux Reservoir,
Blightsteel Colossus,
if they have a Blightsteel Colossus, if they have an Eldrazi with Indestructible,
Old Gnawbone,
because fuck that card.
I'll take a 4/4 over an Old Gnawbone.
I hate Old Gnawbone. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Get out of my head. Prismari Command. Let's see if I can get. Gosh, fuck me sideways. Prismari Command. Pay 1. You pay blue. You pay red. Get an instant. Now, you have a modal effect, but you get to pick 2 of the effects. Keep in mind, as we discussed earlier, if you copy it, then you're going to have to take the exact same 2 effects. Unless we're wrong, and if that's the case, then I guess that we will be committing suicide shortly. Or committing unalive, as the YouTube likes it. So, you can pick 2 of these effects. One of them is it's going to deal 2 damage to any target. Or, target player draws 2, discards 2. Or, target player gets a treasure token. Or, oh, there's another effect. I didn't read that right. Destroy target artifact.
Based.
So, worst comes to worst, you can just be like, okay, I'm gonna loot and then make treasures, and then you got a little extra mana on the side for when shit goes down. We already went over Nicol Bolas the Deceiver.
The win con.
The win con? Are you fucking retarded, my guy?
Tower, I know that you know me long enough to know that the answer to that question is yes.
Yeah, but how is he gonna fucking win you the game? I guess you draw 7. If you can 11 him, then you're going to draw 7 cards. And so you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's 3 turns later. There's no way this fucker's living for 3 more turns.
Nah, man, you got to.
Don't even read him.
1/3 death touch blocker.
We're not reading him. Ingenious Inspiration. Cool card. It's going to deal 3 damage to any target. It's also got Learn, which means we don't do the lesson shit, but you get to rummage. Isn't that right? It's rummaging, not looting.
Discard, then draw.
Yeah, rummaging is worse than looting. That's right. Okay. Exquisite Firecraft in this really cool border. 1, red, red. It's going to deal 4 damage to any target, and it's also got this really cool ability called Spell Mastery, which means if you have 2 or more instants or sorceries in your graveyard, which you probably will, then this can't be countered. Which, who's countering that shit anyway? I don't know. But
a blue mage at 4 life.
That's true. It fits the theme, and you can copy the shit. Let's talk about some other cool artwork. I don't know what the fuck this is from.
That's a secret lair.
Is it a secret lair?
It's a secret lair.
Whatever it is, it's cool as shit. Cut to ribbons.
No idea what it does.
Well, the top half is a sorcery for 1 and a red. It's going to deal 4 damage to target creature. Not that great. But ribbons, let me just turn my fucking laptop sideways real quick. It's got Aftermath, which means you can only cast it from your graveyard, and it's X black, I believe, is what that is. Each opponent loses X life. That's powerful.
That is very powerful.
Now, you want to talk about WinCon. You can absolutely ribbons for like 8 mana, sacrifice a creature, copy that effect with something, and now you can double or maybe triple that damage you're dealing. Great fucking card in this deck. Bedevil.
Great fucking artwork for this deck.
I am a dirty little slut for Seb McKinnon, as we like to talk about. I will build the Seb McKinnon artwork deck one day. But until then, black, red. Whoa, can I get this fucking art? Oh my.
Destroy
Architect.
Our creature, artifact, or planeswalker.
Mm-hmm. And it is just astounding artwork. Audacious swap. Now, I mean, if you're going to have a good enough piece of art, odds are some of that shit's going to get stolen. Now, you pay 4. It's an instant with Casualty 2 native to it, which is really cool because if you have it with your commander out, then it has Casualty 2, which means you can copy it and then copy it again from Anhelo. It's really fun. Now, the owner of target non-enchantment permanent shuffles it into their library, and then you exile top cards off your library. If it's a land, then you put it on the battlefield. Otherwise, you can cast it without paying its mana cost.
You did a good job trying to talk over that clock.
I really tried
This
to power.
episode's going to be one of the longer ones.
I really tried to power through it. All right, let's go through our last card, Artful Takedown. Do you want to hit that shit, my guy?
4 mana, choose one or both. You should probably always choose both because then you get more value when you casualty it.
Mm-hmm.
Tap target creature. Target creature gets -2/-4.
-2, -4.
-2/-4 until end of turn.
It's not that terrible.
That's a nice little combat trick.
Yep. So, but it's mostly in here for the flavor one. But
yes.
Anyways, Dakota. That's the deck. My only regret with it is that I don't have white in my commander's identity, so I can't run Doomed Artisan.
And then yes, that is very cool.
Cool.
Doomed Artisan is based. He makes sculpture tokens.
He does make sculpture tokens. But yeah, man, that's my artist block on Anhelo the Painter deck tech. And it is a little expensive for a joke. $185.
It's
kind of expensive. But I did my best to keep it as low as possible. I did cut out... if there's a card you see in here that really fits the theme that's not in here, odds are that, yes, I did see it, but I cut it because of the price. Like the Painter's Servant.
Commented anyways.
Yeah.
It's
Please
good for the algorithm.
Yeah, fuck the algorithm. Fuck the algorithm. I don't give a shit.
Point of view, you're a Pokemon YouTuber.
Yeah, so click for the algorithm, guys. Today we're going over the next new Pokemon evolution. Let's get into the video. And welcome back. All right, guys. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, and we're here to suck some fucking cock.
We're here to play strip poker. 5 aces.
I'm waiting. Yo, but deadass, I thought this was a really fun deck.
It was
I had
very cool deck.
Shit ton of fun building it. I only wish that we got it out sooner because Wizards is like, damn. You know what would be great if we had even more money from these fat fucks, and so they're putting out so many fucking sets that we can't keep them straight, which is why you won't see a set review from us. If you see a set review from us, then you better start fucking flicking the bean, because shit just hit the fan. That means there was something really good in this set, because you've already got all the content you want to watch the fucking set reviews. I'm not here to advertise for... I feel bad enough putting this shit out here and advertising for Wizards of the Coast. That's why I gotta make sure I act at least slightly racist to make sure that they know we're not associated. But anyway.
So this deck shows that there's more than one way to build a base deck.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be a Timmy, you don't have to be a Jimmy, you don't have to be a Spike. You can just be an artist, man.
Sometimes you just gotta be a Larry.
Larry!
or a Morgie.
Boogie. Or a Mort. King Julian.
Bruh. Anyways, do you have anything else you'd like to bring up before we close today?
Jesus loves you.
He does, in fact, love you. Shout out to all of our friends, our brothers and sisters across the world who have been baptized recently. Shout out to what's that Justice guys? What's the patron saint of Hose Mad? What's his name?
Justice Clarence Thomas.
Yeah,
Shout
not to
out
be
the
confused
boy.
with Justice Dankula, who is my new favorite Supreme Court member.
He is pretty based.
Yeah, don't kill your kids, and certainly don't comment on it if you've never felt the warmth of a woman. And on that note, hose mad. Hose mad. Hose mad. See you later. We love you. Have a good night.